since I was a jit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. That I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. A carry for Bryce Love, the fourth-rounder from Stanford. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Play action. Haskins. He hits White. Complete. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now it's Haskins. Out to the left here to Reed. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Geis with the carry on second down. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Haskins. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a fourth down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Let's go, boys, bring it in. At their own 12-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Set. What is? He's sick as the mic. Get your swerve on. Alert 3. Gun. Alert 3.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let him know. Great. Mike 51. Bandit.
Back to throw, Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Set. 180. Hey, watch the screen.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He completes it right side to White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On first down, this is Geis. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
56, Mike, 56, right? 56. Let's get the ball.
Again, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now left side on the swing pass. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
51 to Mike, boy. 51. Great.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Hey, alert 3.
Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Mike 51. Come on, baby. Gun. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on fourth. Here's Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the Redskins' 36-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up second and 12.
Mike 56.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Gun.
56. Mike. Hey! Right there. 56. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check.
Newton now to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 14. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
56 to Mike. 8. Who that?
From the red zone now, Newton. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Look at it.
To throw again on second down. Newton, they'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive summit.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to second and 4.
Pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 28-yard line.
The last run got 6, now second and 4.
Watch the run. That's a He's crashing. He's checking crack.
On second down, Love. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Skirts by him at the 35. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Great. 56, the mark, boy. 56. Check, 56. We own it. Get it.
Here's Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. 20. 10, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm going back to you.
On the ground, it's Geis. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A full 40 yards that time on third down as the chains move with a lot of room to spare. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check 59. Mike is up. 59.
They go play action with Haskins. His throw caught right around the 6. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Dwayne Haskins, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Newton now to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get that ball. Get that ball. 20. 50.
Now Newton. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for Chris Hogan. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
A final shot before the break. Newton trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown. All
right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Hey, let's go. It's coming for 8. That's it. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Watch the run.
Throwing is Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about it in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it.
Let's go. Let's go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Okay. Here we go.
Now Newton. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton flushed out right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
First down, Washington.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. On 1st down, here's Love. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, here we go.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Looking to throw, Haskins. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Mario Addison, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Second down, Haskins. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
To Terry McLaurin. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. On play action, Haskins. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
That's it, baby. We got
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
20. Express. 51's the mic.
Out of the gun, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Newton to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ja'Kai Polite. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Completes it to Samuel. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Gano the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. He'll rifle this one deep right. And got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
And the Redskin first down.
Haskins now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a toss. This is Geis. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. On 2nd down now. It's Love, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
From midfield now, Haskins looking for White on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free, no 1st down.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
20.
To throw is Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking, must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
On 1st down, Love. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check hot route. Hot. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Geis, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
56. 20. 56. Here we go, D. Back.
They snap it to Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Mike's front forward. Watch the backer.
Newton to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
31, Panthers 28.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Ready.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Second and 6 at the 18-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Haskins going to try to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
59 mark, check, 59. You must be dreaming. Check 59, Mike is
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Newton. Man, that's Hogan complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Ready! Mike's 56. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Hey! Shot! Watch the shot!
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. and this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 30.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Play action. Haskins. And he rifles one incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. 2 straight incompletions. Now the pressure's really on. Last thing you want here to start overtime, a 3-and-out.
And I know that a few years ago when they changed the rules about overtime, it may have changed a little bit about how you go about things. But bottom line is, when you have the football, you never want to give it up. You want to make sure you get points on the board at a minimum and put pressure on the other team. This is a huge 3rd down call coming up.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. They go play action now. Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Newton with his first throw in OT. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Redskins scoop it. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown. And in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us be the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So for the Redskins, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll try to